15 people murdered, some of them cooked, some body parts eaten. Vital body parts of victims such as breasts, genitals, and internal organs removed at the crime scene. This is the chilling story of the serial killer who terrorized the quiet town of Wa in northern Ghana for 4 years. He targeted night watchmen and the mentally ill in the dead of the night, and left behind a horror crime scene by daybreak. And when police finally caught the man behind it all, he wasn't a hitman, he wasn't a cult leader, he was a cobbler. But the horror didn't end there, because what they found in his home shocked even the investigators. This is the story of Sherif Abdulai, Ghana's Cannibal Killer. Wa, a quiet, religious town in Ghana's Upper West region, had always been known for its calm nights. But between 2021 and 2025, that peace was shattered. Night guards, men who watched over stores and schools, began to vanish without trace. Their posts were found abandoned, radios still playing, torches still glowing. But the men were gone. At first, locals blamed armed robbers. Others whispered of spirits, rituals, and sacrifices.
Why are they targeting watchmen? Because the last one was a school watchman whose blood was drained completely, and he was not open. They did not take any, organ from him. It was the blood that was drained. And this person is also a security personnel, a watchman. Who was also killed and certain organs removed from him. So in fact, it's a cause of concern.
Police investigations led nowhere. Until one night in September 2025, a single killing that broke everything open. 55-year-old night watchman Isa Yahaya prepared for duty as usual. By dawn, he was dead. His body was found near the Dobele market wall, his head crushed with a cement block soaked in blood. A knife lay across his face, almost as if the killer had marked his work. The town froze in fear. The murder was too familiar, just like the others. Brutal, precise, cold. But this time, the killer had slipped up. Police found small clues near the body: footprints, a torn piece of cloth, and drag marks in the dirt. Through investigations, officers arrested Mahmoud Alamin, who was found in possession of a mobile phone that belonged to the murdered watchman. When they found him, he cracked under questioning and revealed he got the phone from a 30-year-old cobbler called Sherif Abdulai, the prime suspect. Sherif lived quietly in a suburb of Wai. He was calm, polite, and worked as a shoemaker. Few knew he was an ex-convict. Police moved before dawn. Officers raided Sherif's small rented room. He didn't run, he didn't fight. He just watched them. Then they searched. Under piles of clothes and shoes, officers found a phone and a solar radio, both belonging to the murdered watchman, Isa Yahaya. In a corner sat a sack. Inside was what appeared to be human flesh. That discovery silenced even the toughest officers. And when they confronted Sherif, he confessed, calmly, without emotion. He admitted to killing 15 people since 2021. Night watchmen, wanderers, men and women who were mentally challenged. He confessed to removing his victims' lungs, heart, and tongue, roasting and chewing them, sometimes right at the crime scene before leaving. Police recovered weapons, a sharpened cutlass, a bicycle, and blood-stained clothes. Forensic teams began matching DNA, uncovering names of people who had been missing for years. Sherif said he would carry his victims into the bush, bury them in shallow graves, and cover them with leaves. When asked why, he simply said he couldn't stop.
They were either strangled to death or suffered head injuries from being hit in the heads with blocks.
Then he smiled, a small, cold smile officers would later say they could never forget. The Inspector General of Police deployed special homicide units from Accra to Wa. Evidence was sealed. Both Sherif Abdulai and Mahmouda Lamin were taken into custody as families began identifying what remained of their loved ones. For the people of Wa, the revelations were devastating. The man who fixed their shoes by day had become their worst nightmare by night. Even now, investigators continue piecing together missing person reports, trying to bring closure to families who may never know what truly happened. What drives a man like Sherif Abdulai? Was it hunger, madness, or something darker? Something the human mind can't explain? No one knows. But one truth remains. Wa will never sleep the same again. They don't always lurk in dark alleys or wear the face of evil. Sometimes they smile at you in the morning, wave at your kids, or buy food from the same vendor you do. Serial killers are the masters of disguise, predators hidden behind ordinary lives. They move through our streets and blend into the background so perfectly you'd never look twice. But behind the calm eyes and polite greetings, something else brews. A hunger for control, for domination, for that next perfect moment to strike. Psychologists say their minds operate like cold machinery, emotionless, methodical, but deeply calculating. They study people the way hunters study prey. They choose, they stalk, and they strike when no one's watching. Some kill for ritual, some for pleasure, others to fill a void that can never truly be satisfied. And when the act is done, they return to everyday life, to conversations, to routines, pretending to be one of us. That's what makes them terrifying. The scariest thing about serial killers isn't just what they do, it's that they could be anywhere. A neighbor, a coworker, a stranger sitting quietly beside you. Evil doesn't always wear a warning sign. Sometimes it wears a smile. So stay alert. Trust your instincts. And remember, the most dangerous monsters are often the ones who look perfectly human. Evil doesn't always hide in the shadows. Sometimes it fixes your shoes, smiles at you, and waits for nightfall. If you found this story chilling, subscribe to African Murder O'Clock. Every week, we uncover the untold stories of Africa's most shocking crimes, the betrayals, the mysteries, and the minds behind them. Hit the bell icon so you never miss when we drop another true crime deep dive. Now, tell us in the comments, what drives someone to kill like this? Is it pure evil, spiritual delusion, or something far more human?